Hi everybody, it's Neil again. Got some albums to show you today. Today we're going to go through the teen idols. Okay? The first one I'm going to show you is the Partridge Family. This was their first album, which has I Think I Love You on it. Vinyl's in really good shape. I've got several of these albums. What's kind of strange about this album is David Cassidy don't sing on several of the songs on this first one because they had to have some of these songs ready by the time this show started filming. So there's 1, 2, 3 that he doesn't sing on of the 11 songs here. And one of them he just sings a half a verse. One of my favorite songs on this album is called Point Me in the Direction of Albuquerque. It's a really great song. If you just brush this off as teen idol stuff, there's some really good music on these albums of the Partridge Family, and that's one of the better ones. The next one I'll show you is David Cassidy, his solo album. This was his second album. It's called Rock Me Baby. I've got his first one too. It's just called Cherish. And it's a really good album. Rock Me Baby was kind of suggestive for its day, especially coming from a teen idol. But it's a good album. Vinyl's in pretty good shape, so I'm happy to have it too. Next one I'm going to show you is an album by the Jackson 5. It's called Maybe Tomorrow. Of course, Michael Jackson was in this group with his brothers. It's got a really good photo when you open up the album of all the brothers inside. Maybe Tomorrow was probably the best song on this one. Never Can Say Goodbye is also on this album. So I'm really glad to have this one. I have several others in my collection too, but I wanted to show you that one today. The next one I'll show you is a group that all the young girls liked. I remember being in junior high and all the girls loved them. The Osmonds. This was their first album. It has One Bad Apple, which is really a good song. Kind of sounds like the Jackson 5 on it. They also do a really good version of He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother on this one. And then there's a Donnie solo song on this album, but it was released as a 45 by Donnie Osmond alone, called Sweet and Innocent. The back has a picture of the brothers on this one also. So it's a good album to have for your collection. The next one is by Bobby Sherman. It's called Getting Together. He actually had a TV show that was a spin-off of an episode of the Partridge Family, and this was that TV show, Getting Together. It's not one of his better known albums, but I've got a couple copies of this one. I just picked this one up recently. The other one, somehow I got off my cousin back probably in 71 or 72. Not really sure how I ended up with it, but that's my cousin's fault, not mine. But this one, it has a song called Jennifer on it. It's got a song that I think is kind of cool called Tired Soul. It was written by the guy that had one big hit in 1979. Actually, he had a lot of hit songs that he wrote, but the guy that wrote it, his name is Paul Williams. He wrote several songs the Carpenters recorded, Three Dog Night, lots of other groups, but it's a pretty good song if you ever get a chance to listen to it. The next one is kind of an odd one, and I just wonder if any of you will remember this one. Three brothers, the Hudson Brothers, Bill, Mark, and Brett. I don't remember which one. I think it was Mark, but I'm not going to swear to it. This is the three brothers also on the back of the album. They had a Saturday morning TV show that was like a kiddie show, and I've actually seen a couple of these episodes on YouTube, and they're pretty silly. This album has one of their minor hits. They only had a couple minor hits. This one on this album is called So You Are a Star. But I just wonder how many of you may remember these three brothers. Well, that's all I've got for today. A couple other ones that I didn't get out that I like to show, but I forgot, is the Archies. Actually, I may have one here. Let me look. Yes, I do. This one is called Everything's Archie. There's a picture on the front of it, but it's not the guy that sang. It's just a picture of teenagers. On the back, there's a drawing of Archie. And on this album, it's got Sugar Sugar, which was one of the great pop songs of the late 60s. But that's one. And as I found this one, I also found another one that I'll show you. Davy Jones of the Monkees. This was a solo album. I've actually got two of his solo albums. And they're pretty rare, both of them, so I'm pretty happy to have these in my collection also. And I just picked this one up recently. And the vinyl's in excellent condition, so I'm really glad to have this one also. You probably never heard of any of the songs, so I'm not even going to read them off to you. But anyway, those are the albums I wanted to show you today. Those were the teen idols from the 60s. Most of them were from the 70s. So stay tuned for more. I'll have more hopefully pretty soon. And thanks for watching.